Tron Ares. More like Tron Ass, because it sucks my fucking ass.
I thought you were going to say Tron Arse.
Tron Arse?
Yeah.
Ares is an anagram for arse, now that you mention it. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever, keep it rolling. Caleb, this movie was fucking bad, and we saw it for free, and I feel like they owe us money.
We saw it for free. We needed just something to watch. I had these free passes that were going to expire, and there's nothing playing right now except the Black Phone 2 and Tron Ares, and then like a bunch of Angel Studios movies and other bullshit where like you look at it and like it just seems fake. Like you've never seen a trailer, you've never heard of it, just like a bunch of garbage. So we're like, well, there was that Nazi, the kid, something with Nazi, remember?
Oh, yeah. That is, I think, an Angel Studios thing, too.
It was.
Yeah, where it's like a kid. We looked it up, and it's like a really nothing story. It's like a kid was like part of Hitler Youth, which like every kid had to be at the time. Mm-hmm. And he like passed out a pamphlet that was like, hey, the Nazis are kind of bad, and they cut his head off. And this guy gets a movie now. And it's like, obviously that's a tragic thing, but it's like, well, he's not like Anne Frank. He didn't write anything transformative.
Yeah, it is tragic that he slandered them. Yeah, it was like the true story of the child who's, had the gumption to stand against the Nazis or whatever. And like, well, this could be kind of funny if it looked like it would be terrible, but it's like, let's just see Tron. And then one day after we made the decision that we were going to do this, maybe even less, it might have been that day, normies were able to finally see it. Like it officially, I think that was like the Friday or something that it opened. Mm-hmm. At the time of this recording, it's been out for 2 weeks, maybe. And like the Rotten Tomatoes score was not very good. And then there were all these articles and stories about how the movie's just bad and how Disney is like, we're never going to make Tron again. And this movie definitely, like, they wanted a sequel.
Oh,
you
for
can
sure.
tell.
For sure.
They were planning on this being a franchise. I'm really excited to share with you. So you don't know anything about the antics behind the scenes for this movie.
No, going into this, I really didn't want to see Tron or the Black Phone 2 because I've never seen a Tron movie. I didn't see the first Black Phone because it looks stupid, but apparently a lot of people thought it was decent. Anyway, Tron is one of those things, I was telling you off mic, that growing up as a kid, your parents kind of have to expose you to like different like sci-fi or like, like for example, they show you like Back to the Future, they show you Star Wars. And I remember I asked my mom about Tron and she's like, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah. I've seen Tron. I've seen both of the previous Tron movies once each. My dad showed my family, I guess. I don't know. It was just a thing to put on one night when I was very young. And I remember this was one of those movies that I saw the original Tron is terrible and everyone will tell you that. Tron is one of those movies I remember seeing where even as a kid, I was unbelievably bored, fidgety, needed to get up and do something else. When
your child brain perceives a movie as bad, that's how you know it's really bad, because kids kind of absorb everything. And like even the kids movies I watched like back in the day, like did you ever see like Dougal?
No, I don't think so.
It's this weird fucking like Chinese like animated movie. Not really Chinese, but I think it has like William H. Macy in it, and it looks so fucked up and fake. It's one of those things that like your parents would definitely rent if like Blockbuster was like out of all the good kids movies. And even as a kid, I was like, Dougal was fine. It wasn't as good as like Toy Story or like Monsters, Inc. or something. But Tron definitely seems like the kind of movie where it's like, as a kid, you're just like, I hate science fiction now.
It's unbelievably bad. I barely remember anything about it, but I remember that at no point was I following it. Mm-hmm. And all of the Tron movies have this in common where while watching it early on and throughout, you're going, wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? With the original Tron, I didn't follow any of it. When it was over, I was like, okay, great, whatever. I think I was 8, 9. Tron Legacy, 2010, I think. I remember seeing that, I think when it came out. And that was kind of the age where if it was in theaters and it was an action, like just Goislop thing, it was like, all right, we're going to go see it.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it and being like interminably bored. And I was like, it's a video game. I don't care. Because all these movies have the same plot, which is like someone goes in a video game world and then crashes things into video game stuff. And then it's like, and then the real life stakes are always like the company's going to be sold. And it's like, who gives a shit about any of this? The action is fake.
You think like the action and the video game stuff would work for a younger audience, but I was like completely bored with this new one. And it's really bizarre because like I said, I don't know the fucking Tron lore or why these companies are feuding. No. But it is the most like nothing plot ever. It's like, you got the two rival, like they even explain it in the beginning. It's like, you got the two rival companies, and they do have this weird like, do you remember when we watched Black Hat where they have the intro where it like goes into the tech?
Nick, I wrote that down on my phone.
Thank God you did. Yeah. So they stole something from Michael Mann's best movie.
Yeah.
Where they go into like the code and follow it. And in Black Hat, it does make sense. And this one is basically just like, you're just in the world of Tron. And there's weird like news segments of fake people. And there's something that's very jarring where it just switches to like the real life lady on Good Morning America. Did you notice that?
Is this the thing that you were mentioning of the thing that was creepy?
No.
Okay.
I will get to that.
Okay.
And it's related. It's in this scene. Okay. So they have, I forget the lady. She's kind of like the light-skinned black chick who hosts like Good Morning America.
Joy Reid? No, wait, not
Joy Reid. And it's not Gayle King, I don't think.
I only know one news black. Sorry.
But it's very like bizarre that she is like the one like real person here. It's like, why did you need the person from Good Morning America to make Tron look realistic?
It's like how Tucker's in War of the Worlds.
Yes, and Joe Rogan.
They'll take anything they can get.
I guess her price was a couple shekels, but there's a part Caleb is talking about where they have an interview with Jeff Bridges' character who plays Flynn, who I guess is he the main character in the first Tron?
Yeah, I believe so. He's he is. He makes a game, or he's in a game, and there's a character named Tron. Or maybe Tron is the game. Maybe both. No, there's a character named Tron, and I think the game is called Tron. The movie is called Tron because the world is Tron, I think. And in the second movie, his son, played by Garrett Hedlund, who you see for like a second at the beginning and then at the end, is trying to find his dad, who's like stuck in the game. And I think he can't or something. And both movies have that one and this one have the same arc where it's like Jeff Bridges is just still in there. So he's the one continuity throughout all three.
I guess. Yeah, they keep giving him a shit ton of money. Disney keeps paying him. People talk about that Obi-Wan Kenobi like Force Ghost scene in not Empire, because he's in it for like, one instant in Empire, but in Return of the Jedi, when he has that long scene with Luke. Oh, yeah. They had to give him a ton of money, and apparently he was just like, let's get this fucking over with. He was like doing one take. Jeff Bridges is really giving him a run for his money, Sir Alec Guinness, for like just phoning in the most phoned in performance of all time in this movie. Not in the opening scene, but I noticed what I'm guessing you did too about his voice. Yes. So it looks like he's being interviewed on like the fucking Dick Cavett show. And what I assume happens is they use a real interview of Jeff Bridges and they do like an AI dub with like mouth on him. And he's just talking about, so it's me, Flynn from Tron, and I made Tron. And I'm looking, and it's one thing that I feel like if you're older or aren't looking for it, you won't really notice this because it's Disney. They do a decent job.
Or watching it on your TV and not a giant fucking screen.
Yes. His movements when he talks are kind of off. Like, people don't really notice this, but when somebody talks, their body moves in a certain way a lot of the time, even if they're sitting mostly still, which is what he was doing in this clip. And it just looked very odd to me. And I kind of leaned forward and I'm like, no way. They're really just using like, not AI dubbing, but they couldn't film. It's the laziest thing. I expected them to actually like try there.
It was, and this might sound crazy to people who remember it, but to me, this was worse than in Forrest Gump when they took like real footage of John Lennon on Dick Cavett saying like, whatever he said. And they quickly ADR someone doing an impression of him to make it look like he's talking to Forrest Gump. It's terrible, but that is at least that I think was better. This, the thing you mentioned about like their face moving, I agree. Because when you're talking, it's not just your lips opening and closing like in a cartoon. It's like the whole way your jaw's moving and your body and everything. Jeff Bridges, the voice, you hear his voice before you see his face. It's like a TV you're looking at. The first shot of the movie, you're seeing like a digital TV in this like digital realm. And then you hear Jeff Bridges' old voice, like his modern voice. So I think that they just had him, I think they had him read these lines and then they did what they could to try to like youngify it.
I agree.
Because it has that kind of like distorted, like over compressed thing that AI does to real voices. And I mean, that has to be exactly what they did. And yeah, the footage doesn't line up at all. And he's talking about like, he's like, well, I invented Tron and my name is Flynn. And it's just like the most expository, like garbage dialogue. And the first like minute and a half of this movie is just you're zooming through this digital realm a la Black Hat.
Yeah.
But you're just watching all this like news stuff that's just trying to catch you up to date for the modern, probably Chinese audience that has not seen the previous movies. So it's like, this is the world and there's these companies and Tron's a thing. And it's just this quick, like, catch you up before the movie starts. But it's just so sloppily done that I was just like, oh my God, fuck this movie.
That is the best way to describe it. I was thinking this, like, the first half of the movie. I was thinking this is the most, like, Chinese movie I've ever seen.
I wrote down Chinese movie.
Because for people, like, we mentioned it on an older episode where you say that, like, all the dialogue is simple so that Chinese audiences can look at it and go, oh, okay. That is exactly what all the dialogue in this is, too.
Yeah.
Because there'll be scenes where Greta Lee, who I don't know why she chose to do this movie. I guess
is that the main actress?
Yes, she plays the CEO of the Good Company.
Is she the girl from Past Lives?
Yes.
I thought I recognized her. Okay.
Past Lives, she's great in Past Lives. I like that movie a lot. But I don't know why she decided to be in here. Like I said, it must have been a shit ton of cash. But all her dialogue is just like, I finally have found the floppy disk. And it's like, oh, yeah, the one that your sister was looking for? Yes, the one that my sister was looking for. She's also dead.
The scene where she's holding the gun, the bit at the end where she's holding the reverse laser thing. And there's a close up of her talking. She has like a 30-second expository monologue where I was like guffawing in the theater where she's like, and I've entered the chip, which allows me to do this. It will have to charge for 30 seconds. So I'll create a diversion and run down the street. And I was like, oh my God.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it is the most just like we need dialogue to get to the next set piece where we can show lasers like blow something up. And I will say this. The best thing about this movie is that the special effects are consistently good looking. Yeah. I do like the effect where, for some reason, the people in the Tron universe can only exist outside of it for like 29 minutes. I don't know if this is something related in the lore. 29 seems very like arbitrary. I mean, I assume it's for Chinese reasons. They made it 29 minutes. When they like dissipate, they turn into ash, and it does look really good. And there's also lasers building stuff, and it consistently. I was just like, okay, well, if you were seeing this in IMAX and you were Chinese, I could see why you would have a good time with this. But if you speak English, and the Communist Party isn't translating just propaganda into your version of the movie, you're in a bad time.
I agree. I had a very bad time.
I did not like it.
As a non-Chinese, I must say, this is like one of the most uncomfortable. Every time I go to see a movie now, I just have this feeling. I feel like this must be what it's like to be one of those like wives in movies where the husband is like insane and like beats you to death every night, you know? Like this must be what it's like to see movies, because I just have this thing where I'm like, it's never a good experience anymore. But I keep every now and then going like, maybe he'll change. And then I go back to the AMC and I hand over more of my dollars and I just watch some of the worst Chinese shit I've ever seen. And every time I walk out of the theater going, never again, never again. I feel like the wife gathering her things and running to her friends in the night. But I'm just going to come back home to this guy.
And then you get a free like readmit pass at AMC that goes like, come on, baby, I love you.
I'm like, let's go see Tron.
And you're sucked back in. I had this thought today where I'm just like, people say that like a symptom of depression is like you don't like the things that you once did, where it's like, kind of when you get older, you're just like, I don't really like video games anymore. And there are exceptions, but it's like if you're really like deep in the pits of depression, you're just like, I don't like hanging out with friends. I don't like watching movies, all that stuff. And I was thinking, do I just have like really bad depression where I'm just like, I don't enjoy movies anymore? Because I had that thought today where I'm just like, what have I seen recently that's good? I'm not excited for anything. All the trailers look bad and stupid and Chinese. All these movies look awful at AMC. There's just like, AMC also shows like a bunch of like Indian movies in the fucking like app for no reason. And I'm just like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, I was really confused. When they do that thing where they have the AMC Artisan, whatever.
Yeah.
Where they do that, where once the Oscar nominees are announced, it's always that thing of like, you can see all of the Oscar nominees for like this week, like half the theater is going to be playing them. when we were looking at the show times and it showed all those other movies, I thought it was something like that, where it's like AMC Artisan, like international, but it's like, no, it's just what they're playing now. Because the only things that I recognized, I don't want to live in a world where all you can go to see is like sequels and reboots, you know, as I'm sure most people don't want to live in that world either. But I also want to live in a world where the other option isn't that it's just like garbage made by Angel Studios or like Indian movies.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted one thing. If we could have seen anything, this would have been Shelby Oaks if it had fucking come out when the internet said it was going to be out.
Yes.
So this would have been the Shelby Oaks review, but you know, that'll happen later.
There was literally nothing else to watch. And we're not kidding, by the way.
We're like a raccoon backed in a corner.
Exactly.
We have to swipe at Tron Arse.
So during this movie, I was kind of having that thing where I'm just like, okay, I must have depression. I just can't enjoy movies anymore. So yeah, that's my black pill for this episode is I think, yeah, movies are bad. I just can't enjoy movies anymore.
Take the black pill with your black licorice flavored drink. What did you make us here?
This is absinthe that we're drinking.
Is it just absinthe, water, and sugar, you said?
Yeah, it's the official way you're supposed to drink it, yeah.
Goes down easy, I gotta say.
Yeah, better than the shot you did and fell on my floor last time. Yeah.
It's helping. This movie gave me a legitimate headache. Like, I just didn't feel good, you know, coming out of the theater. I was just like I wasn't silent, but I was just like, everything you said, I was like, yeah. Just needed some time to like process. Yeah. The drink is helping.
That's good.
I'm almost ready to autistically complain about every single thing about this movie. But first, Nick, we're talking about the movie theater going experience and how we're just beaten down and raped by the Chinese. So we sit down. The movie's supposed to start at 9:15. I think it started at 9:50. Around like 9:45, I showed you my phone screen. And it was still like, it was like the green band trailers. And I was like, holy shit, how long is this going for?
So fucked up.
We saw trailers. I wrote down every single movie we saw a trailer for. We saw trailers in this order. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. The third movie in this series.
Yeah.
A movie called Mercy about AI. It's like...
Oh my God. I fucking was watching that with my mouth open. There's no way this is a real movie. It seems like a Chat GPT movie.
Yes. Quite literally.
Yes.
We then saw I don't know why I wrote edging, but...
We started edging in the theater.
Frankenstein, edging, Bonnie and Clyde. I think edging, that must be a typo. But we then saw The Bride trailer.
Yes.
We then saw the trailer for the Running Man remake, which we also saw when we saw Naked Gun, which was like months ago. So when is this fucking movie coming out? Because like, that trailer should not still be in circulation. No. We then saw Wicked 2 trailer, Anaconda remake.
Oh my God.
Mandalorian and Grogu. Bruce Springsteen. Predator Planet. This is too many trailers, by the way. You can do like 4 or 5 and then get out. Predator Planet movie. I didn't even write. I couldn't catch the title. And that was the last one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trailers. Each of them dog shit.
Unacceptable. Yes, all of those movies looked bad. Okay. So Mercy... The moment it starts, I think is it Chris Pratt is like tied to a chair and then you see, I think Rebecca Ferguson is just like, yo, sup, Chris Pratt. I'm an AI. Look, I'm basically like the judge, but AI. We think you murdered your wife. You have to like go through security camera footage and prove your innocence. And first of all, I'm not against the concept of you having to like kind of debate an AI, you know, like pass the, you know, prove your worth or something. But isn't the entire point of this thing, it's like, couldn't the AI just prove your innocence for you? It's a fucking, like, supercomputer.
It makes no sense. It's extremely convoluted. He says at the beginning of the trailer, she says, you know, you've been charged with a crime and you will have to prove your innocence. And he's like, I know, I invented the software. So it's like, oh my God, most Chinese dialogue. And then he says, he says something like, what is my crime? And she goes, killing your wife. And he goes, what? So he's like learning on the stand that, and it's like, you have 90 minutes to prove your innocence or get out or whatever. And it seems like something that we would say in the car of like, you know, if I was a dictator, I would make a thing where it's like, you know, if this is your 10th offense, you got to prove your own innocence in like 1 hour on the stand or whatever. Like something we would say jokingly, but this is a real movie concept where you have to use AI to scroll through every feed everywhere, like War of the Worlds, and like build your case in real time. It looked like the most insane, and it's called the Mercy Program. It looked like the most insane thing. And then when the trailer ended, I was like, that looks good. Like, and the people in front of us, like there was like 3 or 4 kids. I say kids, really, they're probably our age too, but you know, young people in front of us. And they seemed like they were kind of into it. Because one of them said, when the trailer ended, one of them was like, when is it coming out? Some inquisitive thing. I was like, no.
It's at least a unique premise. I mean, if it's dog shit, it's dog shit, which is going to be 100%. Yeah. But it is something that I haven't seen before, probably for good reason, because it's so stupid. The funniest thing about that, too, is the AI is like, look, you have to convince me that you didn't do it. But the margin that he has to do is like, you have to basically make me go under 92% guilty. So he only needs to convince her 8% he didn't kill his wife, which is the margin. You could just be like, well, do you have any like video evidence that I did it or something?
Yeah.
It's not just like you have to get 60% or something. 92 is still pretty impressive because he starts at like 95.
They show in the trailer that he's like, the camera angle of my wife seeing this guy who could have done it. And she goes, your guilt level is now higher because you've just introduced a motive for you to kill her because she's cheated or something.
Yeah.
And the amount of plot revelations, like that was just one example of it, but the amount of plot revelations they give away in the trailer makes me think, because usually when you see that much stuff in the trailer, it's like, okay, they are desperate. I'm sure this is coming out in February. They are desperate for just any stupid people like the ones in front of us to just be like, to mentally note that and go like, okay, I've seen the whole movie, because you're going to forget about it. And then in like 3 or 4 months, when all the good movies have left the theaters, because now we have a window of 1.5 months a year where you have anything worth seeing in theaters.
And even the stuff the stuff worth seeing, quote unquote, doesn't really look worth seeing besides a couple things, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, The Bride is going to be probably this year. Best Picture is going to be between like The Bride, Sinners. What was that fucking thing? One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
And that's going to be like that's going to be the cream of the crop.
And what's going to happen is that movie Sentimental Value by a guy who actually makes good movies, Walkum Runnem.
I don't know who this is or what this is.
He's the one who did The Worst Person in the World.
Oh, okay. I love that.
That's a great movie. That's something that people are just like, oh, that's going to make Best Picture. And it probably will be on at least like the short list or something of the 10. I mean, it'll probably be in like the 10 that they show. And it's going to be the Dark Horse International Feature. AKA an actual good movie that hasn't been like destroyed by a Hollywood studio and isn't just like stupid as fuck.
That I don't know that guy. Well, you don't think it's gonna, because Worst Person in the World got some Oscar.
I think it won international. It might win international feature. I don't know all the stuff that's come out yet, but
I thought that movie was amazing. That I don't know that guy, but if his other work is like that movie, I imagine 3 points, like a triangle, and 1 point is Yorgos. 1 point is Ruben Östlund, the guy who made
Triangle
your favorite. Yeah, Triangle Sadness. Oh, the triangle. And the 3rd point would be that guy. Because Worst Person, it felt like it took some of the kind of sardonicness of Yorgos, and it took some of the zaniness of Ruben Östlund, but it had kind of just this like sentimentality. It felt like this like nice kind of even balanced thing. Mm-hmm. Like I felt flavors of those two kinds of styles of European filmmaking, but it had so much heart. And I was like, and I watched that way after it came out. I watched it like this year. Mm-hmm. Like, it's one of those like Saturdays where it's like, what am I going to do? I could kill myself, or I could watch this thing on Hulu that's been on my list for 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It is great.
Yeah. Big recommend. Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Okay. I have a problem with this entire concept of these. Are these people like wizards?
So just like Tron.
You've not seen – oh, my God. Why did you see these? Were you forced at gunpoint?
No. But I should have lied and said yes. Now You See Me came out when I was, I think, in like the 6th grade or something. So I was like, I couldn't like drive yet or be completely my own independent person. But I was old enough that I kind of had like, I was my own person enough that I had a little bit of sway. Mm-hmm. And it was one of those days, maybe I was sick. There was something where I was home with my mom, and I was like, hey, Mom, let's go to the movie theater. And I just like bugged her a bunch. She's like, okay. And I'm like, let's see what's playing. And this is the days where you see what's playing, and there's, Now You See Me is like one of the worst things that's playing. For some reason, it looked interesting to me. And I was like, magicians, this will be awesome, because every movie is good, because I'm a kid. And we saw it. Have you seen either of them? The first or second movie?
No, my cons. Anything I know about them is that they're really talented magicians that do stuff that's like just actually impossible.
Yeah.
And it's like, do they even explain like some of the stuff they do? And they're just like, okay, so they teleported on top of like the Twin Towers and then like saved everyone. It's like, that's how these movies feel. It's like, what are they doing?
Nick, you're not that far off from what they do in these movies. They do impossible magic. Definitely. They feel like there's certain movies, Mercy is one of them. There's certain movies that come out where you're like, okay, this is definitely like, 6 years ago, some screenwriter in some like hovel in smog-filled LA had an idea of like, what if The Prestige and Impractical Jokers was one thing? And it's just like, and that's kind of what Now You See Me is. But the movie is Morgan Freeman. He's playing the same character he does in Wanted, where he's like, I'm the motherfucker who runs this motherfucker.
I'm the best magician in the world.
I recruit people to do missions on my behalf. And Mark Ruffalo is this like detective. Spoilers for Now You See Me. I took a moment to see this dog shit movie. They're like these magicians who do impossible stuff. They get contracted to do this heist or something. And Mark Ruffalo is like hot on their tail. And then at the end, it's revealed that they've been working for Mark Ruffalo the whole time in this twist that makes no sense. Mm-hmm. I couldn't explain it because it's been 15 years. It's been more than half my life ago that I saw this. But when the twist is revealed at the end, I remember being like, that's bullshit. Hang on. And my mom and I, as we were walking out of the theater, I remember us like yelling in the parking lot, like, and then this didn't make sense. And then this didn't make sense. And then Now You See Me 2 came out in like 2016, 17. And I was like, well, that'll be kind of, this would be real goof if I watch this. And it kind of leaned into it. It's like Happy Death Day kind of, where it's like, hey, we're just making a movie, so we're not even going to try to pretend it's anything else. This new one, though, here's the problem, Nicholas. The first film, Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Isla Fisher?
Yes.
Yeah. Dave Franco. You can't do that in 2025. We need some new blood.
Yes.
We need condescending mixed race lady.
We need Tiffany Haddish.
We need young, like bland Tiffany Haddish. Oh wait, was Tiffany Haddish in the trailer? Did I forget that?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm talking about the young girl. Because Tiffany Haddish could very well be also in the movie. And I just totally forgot about that.
I don't know. I was just making a joke about like how every movie just has like fucking Aquafina in it.
Okay, I think we did see one of these fucking movies had Tiffany Haddish in it, I think.
Random POC.
No, it had a girl who sounded, there was a Tiffany Haddish voice in one of these trailers, and then it showed the girl, and it was just some other like, who's that ugly ass bitch from One Boner After Another? Teyana Taylor.
Oh yeah.
It had some like Teyana Taylor but fat kind of looking lady, but she sounded like Tiffany Haddish. Anyway, I digress. We have the dude from the Monsters Inc. movie, the trans Monsters Inc. TV David Lynch movie. The Monsters Inc. but with David Lynch with TVs with pink, the pink opaque creepypasta.
Oh, okay. I saw the TV glow. Yes, it's the guy. Well, I guess not guy in the movie, but in this movie, yeah, it plays the guy.
Directed by the who looks like Sully from Monsters Inc.
Okay, now I get
directed Troon Aries. Anyway, he's in it too. And then we have white kid from The Holdovers who's playing the douchebag. And this trailer has some really interesting moments that are in every movie now, where in previous films, Dave Franco, the world's like smartest locksmith, is like, there's this big door. He's like, I'm going to figure out how to do this thing. And the girl's like, actually, it's let me have a crack at it. He's like, you wouldn't even know. I've been picking locks since before you're born. And then she just grabs this big, like obvious lever and just like pulls it. And then it opens the door and they're all like, whoa.
Whoa, this
like,
Black Queen. Yes.
Yes. It's just, oh my God. And they're ruining the franchise.
The franchise that we care so much about. The Now You See Me franchise.
The Now You See Me franchise used to stand for something.
The fucking liberals are ruining Now You See Me.
So I'll be writing some editorials.
God, what a fucking dog shit movie. I'm actually very lucky that when my parents took me to movies growing up, the miss rate was like almost nothing. When we went and saw like Marvel movies, it's like I saw like Iron Man 1, which I love. Yeah. I love that movie. I don't know, like Avengers 1, The stuff that's like widely considered that, like I saw
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I saw like Fury for my birthday. Like I brought my friends to that, and I'm like, oh, this is a pretty cool movie to see with like 15-year-old boys.
Yeah.
We're like, yes,
Django.
yeah, stuff like that. Where it's like
Dark Knight.
My parents had like pretty immaculate picks. Honestly, thank you, Mom and Dad.
We then saw a trailer for The Bride.
Dude, I don't know what to think of this movie. I mean, it's just Bonnie and Clyde, but Frankenstein. And that will probably work for somebody, but maybe I'm just too jaded. I think this is dog shit.
Have you seen the other film directed by Jake Gyllenhaal's less talented older sister?
What did she do? She didn't do Secretary, did she?
She was in that. She wrote and directed The Lost Daughter, also starring Jessie Buckley. It's a Netflix movie.
Oh, does it have Olivia Colman in it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Didn't that actually get decent reviews?
Yeah, it got good reviews. It got those two actresses got Oscar nominations, and Maggie Gyllenhaal did for best screenplay.
Okay,
undeservedly, in my opinion. I think it's kind of just a huge bore fest where nothing happens.
Women talking.
It's one of those it's one of those movies where the person making it, I think it's based on a book or something, but it's one of those movies where it's like, well, I want to have this big like oh wow moment at the end where you realize what something was and what it meant, but I don't really feel like having to create a movie that is also entertaining outside of that. So I'm just going to create a movie where people are doing fucking nothing the whole time and sitting around on the beach and then in their hotel room and then on the beach again. And then they buy something and then they have like boring dialogue and it's all just, you're just waiting. You're like, well, this must be going somewhere. It's like the Brown Bunny. Okay. It's just a higher production value of the Brown Bunny. But instead of a blowjob at the end, it's like, oh, that's what happened.
Is it about like is it about like a girl and her mom and their relationship?
It's about the mom more so than the kids.
Because I was about to say, this kind of sounds like a really boring version of After Sun. Have you seen that?
I started it. And I was like, I've seen too many of these slow-ass movies where nothing happens. I'm sure it's fine. I've just seen too many of them. And I was like, I can't watch another movie where the camera's a static shot of someone in a hotel room.
Yeah, it ends up being more than that. It's very funny, the movies you tap out of, by the way. I think it's very funny.
I am willing to acknowledge, I'm sure After Sun is really good. I've just seen too many of those. That's valid, yeah. After Sun is one of those things where I watched it and I was like already kind of in a bad headspace. I'm like, I shouldn't have watched that. It's very good. It made you sadder? I thought people said it was like really
I was crying my fucking eyes out at the end of After Sun.
That's weird. For some reason I thought it had this like really uplifting ending where it's like her and her dad are like at a nightclub and they reunite or something and they're dancing in like a flash, whatever that's called, that kind of lighting, that seizure inducing lighting.
Visually you have it right. I'll say that much.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's not a spoiler. This is in the trailer that you see that too, but yeah, no, I do recommend that movie, but it will make you want to kill yourself.
I already want to do that too much. Yeah, The Bride, Maggie Gyllenhaal. This movie looks like just kind of. Maybe it'll be good. I mean, all we have to go off of right now is a trailer where Christian Bale is in Frankenstein makeup and Jessie Buckley is in Bride of Frankenstein makeup, which is to say she has eyeshadow and kind of pale skin and big hair. And it looks like Bonnie and fucking Clyde, but with Frankenstein. I really don't understand what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be scary. It's not supposed to be like an action movie. I think it's supposed to be kind of a light on its feet sort of dramedy, but I really can't tell. And I can't imagine driving out to a theater and paying even $15 to take a chance on this thing.
No, it also feels like it's missing the point of Frankenstein, which is meant to be like taken very seriously.
I guess.
I mean, in the original like novel sense, where it's like this isn't meant to be like, a road comedy, which I have the feeling it's going to be. It's like I feel like she's missing the point, and a lot of people are going to see this and be like, why did you make this? I'm surprised I haven't heard, like, has this gone to like any circuits? Have you heard anything about the response?
I didn't know this existed until I saw the trailer at home the first time. This trailer, by the way, in the theaters was a different one because the one I watched at home on YouTube had the swearing wasn't censored and it was longer. But it's like, you're gonna like text flash on screen, the motherfucking bride. And then Jessie Buckley's like, what's my name? I forgot. And then that's like the big like moment. And I don't know. Is that supposed to be badass? Like, I see this and I'm like, I really don't care. I don't mean to just dismiss everything women do because I'm sure there's a good woman movie. Past Lives was done by a woman, right?
Yes.
There we go. See, I'm not sexist.
And what's a dude's rock movie directed by a woman?
The Hurt Locker.
That's true. But American Psycho.
That's right.
Written by a gay, directed by a dame, and
Yeah.
it fucking whips ass.
Yeah.
So they can make good movies. We're not misogynistic, genuinely.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is one of the ultimate Dudes Rock movies.
Yes, she understood it. Yeah.
We'll get back to these trailers. Can we talk about the way that Jared Leto's character becomes Patrick Bateman for no reason during this movie?
Oh my God. Yeah, that is a scene. I think you looked over at me and I had like my fingers in my eyes, my temple, and I'm just like,
You know that scene in The Grinch when he hatches his evil plan and his like smile becomes
curls.
even more and more. Your face was curled like 3 times that hard. Yes. Like,
Yes, I feel like I just bit into a lemon and also stubbed my toe and got shot. It's one of those things where I don't know how he even starts talking about it, where they're like talking about music and he's just like, my favorite music is Depeche Mode. And they're playing that song. It's like, dun, 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 dun. But he's just like, yeah, it reached number 8 on like the UK top charts. Like, what are you talking about? He hasn't mentioned anything like this before. He doesn't have a thing of just like, oh, I really like 80s culture. It starts from that. And then he's just like, oh, Rubik's Cube later on. In the theater, I was like, what is going? Yeah, fuck Jared Leto and fuck this movie.
Dude, a LA screenwriter on microplastics who just, because every schlock, complete like goy slop movie that comes out now, you will not recognize the names on the directing or writing credits almost ever.
I didn't
anymore.
on this one.
And rightfully so. And when you look them up, you go, oh, it tracks. Whenever you look up these fuckers, it's always like if Tron Ares, like I actually have their stuff open. I'm about to tell it to you.
Oh.
If Tron Ares comes out and you watch it, you go, wow, that's a complete piece of shit. Okay, so clearly Disney was like, hey, we're making a new Tron movie. Give us your pitch. And then thousands of basically actors, but just for writing, went and auditioned to write the screenplay. And they're like, well, I'm going to write a real shitty hack, like Robert McKee 3-act, completely predictable every beat thing, but it's going to suck. But I'm going to put little wit in and whatever. All of them think exactly the same, which is like, they're just putting little pieces of things from other movies into their movie. And the Patrick Bateman thing being one of them. The way that Jared Leto's character just randomly is into 80s music and like autistically, monotonely explaining the things he likes about it. Exactly like that scene in American Psycho, like to a T. I don't care what anyone says. That writer was definitely just channeling that.
I believe you. I think that this movie is so devoid of anything that's like honestly creative. I think the special effects team definitely, they're just like, okay, well, I mean, everything is like planned out like super far in advance with movies like this.
Yeah.
Marvel movies are the exception, and that's why they end up looking kind of terrible a lot of the time, is they change major things and then it looks like a PS2 game.
Yeah.
But a movie like this, Disney for the most part knows what they're doing when it comes to like animation or CG, where they're just like, we have a vision and we're going to stick to it for better or worse. Yeah, which you can respect from a CG perspective. Like somebody in the industry, they do respect like, okay, well, you gave me a list of stuff you want and I'm going to do it and fulfill it. The changing stuff is really what makes you work like 90-hour weeks, which is somehow allowed in Hollywood. I mean,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, they're pro-slave labor.
They unironically are.
Not kidding.
Not kidding. We stand by that.
A joke.
Sue
I don't
us.
know why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Just sue us. Yeah, let's tell a bunch of in Hollywood to sue us. Back to the trailer. We'll talk about Trump.
Okay.
We saw the trailer for Running Man again, and it was the same trailer we saw before, and really, nothing occurred to me that didn't the first time. But I did notice. Did you notice the actor that showed up for about a second in the middle of the trailer?
In the middle of the trailer?
For like 1 second.
Who? I don't know who you're...
And he's looking like his character from where we know him from.
Not Michael Cera, right?
We see Edmund himself, William H. Macy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Rocking a weird mustache and a bald head.
Yes, yeah, he shows up with his mustache that he has in fucking Shameless as well.
That's the other celebrity I met. I never talked about this. I met the kid from Shameless, the little black kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd you meet him?
My family went to LA and we did one of those little tours where you get to just kind of walk around the studio.
Okay.
And they keep you out of the way of anything that's really going on,
yeah.
But that kid, I didn't had no idea who he was. But that kid and his mom, his fat mom, she was arguing with somebody politely, but it was one of those things of like where someone talks and gets 3 words out, and then she's like, well, what I said, and then put her hand up, whatever. And I'm like, oh, there's some like annoying bitch accosting somebody. And this little kid, her son, is riding a scooter around the area, and then he scootered up to our group and he's like, watch Shameless, go watch Shameless, watch Shameless, go watch Shameless. And he just kept saying that over and over again. We're like, okay, fuck off, you weirdo.
He's like a smiling friend. Oh, Shameless.
He really was. And he was like, I pegged him at like, what, 9, 10 years old?
You pegged this kid.
Yeah, I pegged him. It was LA.
Yeah.
And then I told this story to Victoria and she's like, you met Liam? And I was like, what are you talking about? And then she brought up his photo. She's like, was this? And I'm like, that's the fucking kid. I also didn't talk to him, but I saw Nathan Fillion for like a second. He was, you know that show, The Rookie?
Oh, yeah.
They were filming the first season of that show on this lot. He was in the cop uniform. They golf carted right past us.
That's
and
pretty cool.
He waved. They're like, and that's Nathan Fillion over there. And he just was like, hello.
You heard it here first, folks. The older brothers despises Liam. Breaking news alert.
There's a black actor with a fat bitch mom. This has been your older brother's breaking news.
Oh, damn. That's never happened before.
We then saw the trailer for Anaconda remake, which, excuse me.
Okay, I didn't know how tongue-in-cheek this was going to be. I saw like a poster on Twitter, and it's just like Anaconda with Jack Black and Paul Rudd, and I'm like, is this like the like Jewish humiliation ritual for them? Like, did they owe somebody money, and they're just like, you have to do Anaconda?
Is Paul Rudd Jewish?
He is. Trust me, Caleb. I know. Trust me.
I have a book.
Yeah, man. I really don't know who this is for.
This is the craziest thing. So the movie, it starts with Jack. So number one, Jack Black, excommunicate this guy. He's never been good. He's never been good.
I disagree.
I don't care.
Continue.
He's never been good. Okay, School of Rock was fine.
Yeah, School of Rock is the one thing where School of Rock, I think, is like an unabashed masterpiece.
He's been fine in a few things. He is one of the worst parts of Tropic Thunder. Not that he sucks in it, but it's just he doesn't stand out.
He doesn't do a lot. Yeah, you're right.
Generally, he's a complete waste of space, waste of time, and honestly, make candles out of him. It's a better use.
Make belts, make
you can make
lampshades.
You can make so many things out of Jack Black. There's so much material literally there. This trailer starts with Jack Black, future candle Jack Black, walking into Paul Rudd's apartment being like, we can do it. We can remake Anaconda. And Anaconda is a famously bad movie from like the early 90s.
Yeah.
Starring not Jonathan Lithgow. It's Jolie's dad.
Oh, John Voight.
John Voight.
Yeah.
And like Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube, I think.
Yeah. It's not Sam Jackson in there, is it?
No, that's Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
I think it's Ice Cube. It's just like a grab bag cast of people trying to catch a snake or something, and it's like a notoriously bad film.
I didn't like it when I saw it, yeah.
You've seen it?
Long ago.
Okay.
This is Blockbuster days.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it starts with Jack Black being like, we can remake Anaconda like we've always wanted to. And then it shows them watching the movie like when they were kids and laughing at it. It's Tropic Thunder for Anaconda. It's them like, we're going to go make our own Anaconda. And they're just like on a boat filming a snake. And then it does that trailer thing for really bad movies where it gives you maybe 25% of a premise. And then it just starts showing you the funny scenes to just try to get you to go see it without really. And then it's just like wacky. Whoa, Jack Black is dead. And we put a rat in his mouth to get the snake to...
Oh, yeah. This is like a really huge spoiler. At some point, apparently in the movie, Jack Black just like fucking dies, or so they think. And they're like, all right, we have to use him as bait for the Anaconda. And they stick like a rat in his mouth, and they do like the Tropic Thunder like panda hoodie thing on him. And then he wakes up and he's like, I'm an anaconda bait. And it's just like, what the fuck is this?
That was a very good... That was a good Jack Black. He did the shoulder... God, I hate him. I hate that thing he does. I despise that. Him and Will Ferrell both have like this like character they do all the time that's just so dumb, and it just bothers me to no end.
So Caleb, you're saying you don't like when he goes ring it. You're saying that doesn't tickle your fancy?
It's just, I see that and I'm like, who the fuck thinks this is good?
I guess I tolerate Jack Black a bit more than you do, apparently. But I mean, we agree on, like, I guess on performances in Tropic Thunder and School of Rock, I guess.
I think he's a decent, honestly, this kind of flies in the face of everything else I just said. I think he is honestly kind of a decent actor. Have you seen the movie Bernie?
Yes, yeah.
There's other movies where he's done real acting, but that's like that's like his special thing. That's like Robin Williams for like Good Will Hunting. That's his Good Will Hunting, where it's like that's the thing where he really was just acting and like, being a different character. Yeah. He's good in it. He's a capable actor. He's just so insanely I want to say insufferable, and I also want to say insanely unfunny. So I'm going to say he's unsunly funny. He's just so fucking bad. And the fucking in front of us were like giggling, and I was like, oh my God.
They were like, hey man, that look good. I want to see that
later. We are going to see that movie later.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Anaconda with my family. Damn, that's fucked up. What's the next one we saw?
Wicked 2.
Wicked, here's the thing. I'm not really big into musicals, honestly. It's just not really my thing. I know people liked, generally, Wicked. And, the Broadway play is, famous, of course, widely acclaimed. I really didn't feel anything strongly about this. I feel like the trailer had the chance to do kind of like a lot of obvious jokes and didn't in some places and did in others. But I really don't have too much to say about Wicked 2. If you liked Wicked 1, I mean, congratulations, you got another one with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. But I mean, I couldn't care less.
Same.
Congratulations if this looks good, but I don't know anything about it.
I haven't seen Wicked. I've basically seen it because Victoria's just shown me so many fucking scenes on TikTok at this point. But I'll say this, having not seen Wicked and really not giving a shit about anything related to it or any of the people in it, really there's like nothing for me to gleam onto. Watching the trailer, I went, if I was dragged to this, I'd probably have a bad time.
It wouldn't be a disease.
Charming enough. It's like a family. It seems like everything that kind of the average movie should be that just nothing is anymore, which is like something it's just so funny how low the bar is. It's like, I watched the show and I'm like going, yeah, I wouldn't want to slit my wrists having to sit through this. This looks like this could be generally kind of entertaining.
This is the thing where it's like, you could probably take your grandma to see this. If she's like, oh, honey, where are we going today? Yeah. You'd be like, oh, Wicked 2. And you'd be like, okay.
Yeah. We're going to see Blacked 2. As Anthony Cumia would probably. That's what he sees when he sees that.
Blacked, yeah. Cynthia Erivo do be looking like that, though. It's kind of crazy. There's like a video somebody took of her where she has like giant fucking like witch from Left 4 Dead hands.
Yeah, I was just going to say she looks like an actual, I mean, people point this out. This is my own observation, but I agree with it. She looks like a literal demon in real life.
Yeah.
She's like extremely anorexically skinny with a bald head and huge nails. And it's like, it's like the Mel Gibson Passion of the Christ devil baby thing. It's like we're like, there's just something wrong with how you look right now.
That's a very funny poll, by the way, but I understand 100% what you're saying. Where she kind of looks like a bald baby, but an adult.
Yeah.
I don't know if she has alopecia or anything, so I won't go there. But apparently she's a really good singer, so I can't say too much. She's made a career.
It could be a thing. I bet most Black actresses, I really can't think of an exception to this, so I might have just discovered something here. You know that thing of like how there's like tons of white people who don't realize that Black women wear wigs?
Oh, yeah.
And when they see those videos, they're like, what?
Really?
Like,
I thought you had naturally straight hair.
Yeah, I thought you had napuli. It'd probably be annoying. So I would bet that most Hollywood actresses are probably bald as fuck and just wearing, because they're going to be wearing wigs anyway when they shoot anything, and they're wearing wigs in their personal lives. So it's like, what incentive do you have to let your hair get a fucking centimeter off your head before you shave?
I guess so. I mean, there are a couple probably like, I mean, I can list off some people who are exceptions to the rule. Like, I guess like Viola Davis has hair. Zendaya is mixed.
I think Viola Davis has her real hair. Well, Zendaya's of that generation where you just like put glue on your hair and paste it to your forehead.
The baby hairs, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you can, that's a look.
She can get away with it.
Although she also looks terrible.
She's busted as fuck. And I'm tired of pretending that she isn't ugly. First of all, I have said this 100 times in the past, and everybody's like, why do you think Zendaya's ugly? Yes. She's a fucking ugly bitch, and she can't act, and she sucks in June, and she's a fucking bitch. She's so annoying. No, she wasn't good in Shake It Up. Bella Thorne was better. And yeah, she's ugly and fat.
Bella Thorne is super ugly and fat. I didn't catch that. Oh, that's really good. It's so funny to call
a woman who's like 90
Absinthe.
pounds.
Yeah,
just fucking obese. Yeah, oh, what are you gonna have? Yeah, a salad tonight, you fucking fat bitch. Oh my god. Yeah, it's so true.
Tom Holland is like slapping food out of her.
Tom Holland, stop fucking eating, you fat bitch.
You fucking bad
You're
actor.
ruining my career.
They're such a perfect couple. They're the most mid actors I've ever seen.
They really are.
I mean, Tom Holland, to be fair to him, he is not getting the just like automatic career ascension that she has. Like outside of Spider-Man, everything else he's been in is like a horrible flop that like, you know, but he still gets the opportunities. The stuff that Zendaya's in, it just happened to work out more. Cause like when you think of Zendaya, you think of Dune probably first and maybe Euphoria, but Euphoria is like an acting show. It's not schlock. You know, I consider it schlock, but you know, it's not meant to be. It's not Marvel.
There's some craft to it, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a point.
Yeah.
And there's other stuff she's been in that is schlock that has hit, like the Spider-Man movies that she's in with Tom Holland. Tom Holland was in that Uncharted movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
That people forget about. He was in that movie with the Russo brothers after the Avengers, where he played like a vet from the Iraq War.
Oh, Cherry?
That was an insane pull that he just did to think of that title. And other stuff too. It's just all bad. Both of them are just like nothing.
The only reason I remember Cherry, by the way.
Nothing.
Sorry. The only reason I remember Cherry is there was like kind of controversy or thing where, do you remember how like when they posted the trailer for The Mummy, they did it without any like music? So it's just Tom Cruise going, ah! What they did, I don't know how you do this. They posted the poster for Cherry and the text was all fucked up. Like it was half cut off for like every letter in really weird ways. And all the people who are Tom Holland's were like, oh my God, the poster's doing something so interesting. Look at this. And they had to be like, actually, we posted the wrong one. Here it is. And it's just the text normally. Yeah. How did they fuck that up, first of all? And second, Tom Holland, did the monkey paw curl where he's like, I want to be in so many movies. And they're just like, well, you'll be in movies. Unlimited movies.
But no movies.
You'll be in the worst dog shit ever. You'll be in like the immediately like to fucking Hulu bullshit.
Yeah.
That like, your parents don't even watch.
Oh, that Netflix movie with Robert Pattinson. You know the Robert Pattinson where he's like, the lies? He's doing that Southern accent.
Oh, yeah. I forget what that's called. It's like, it's The Devil All the Time.
Yes. Wow. You're so good.
I'm on fire
You're such a Tom Holland stan.
Yes.
He looks 10. And
he
keeps playing like 35-year-old men in like midlife, like approaching midlife crisis. And it's like, what?
He's like that kid from The Maze Runner that like looks like a little like Oliver Twist orphan, but he's just 35.
Dylan something.
I forget his name. It's I don't think it's Dylan, but it's another kid who looks just like year one Harry Potter.
Jake Runner.
Yeah.
Cenk Wigger. We then saw Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, which I don't really have much to say. It looked like Star Wars shit. I'm sick of things in Star Wars being shot like J.J. Abrams movies.
Yes, I will say this. My favorite character, and probably everyone's favorite character from the sequel trilogy, Babu Frick, is back.
Who?
He's the little guy who's like walking Baby Yoda through the sewer, and he's like,
how do you know what's he in?
He's in episode 9. He's the one who helps them like translate the Sith in C-3PO, and he's a puppet and he's cool.
How do you even?
Because he's the only good part of episode 9. He's an actual puppet and a funny character.
What scene is he in?
I just said he's the part where they have to go to that weird planet that's like fucking Nazi Germany with like the curfew and like translate, because C-3PO has like Sith code. And like Babu Frick.
Episode 9? Rise of Skywalker?
Yes. It's like yeah, they go, C-3PO is just like, they're gonna want my brain, and so Babu Frick is like this little puppet who can like, he's like the best like hacker or something on this planet, or like in their system.
Nick, are you making?
I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
A Nazi planet. They go to. Are you talking about the planet that the Death Star is on? They don't interact with anybody.
No, that's not it. No. Caleb, I swear to God right now, I'll put my hand on a fucking Bible that I'm telling the truth to the best of my ability. They go to a planet, and the moment they land there, there's just like people, there's like stormtroopers with like flashlights, like kicking down doors. It's like the Warsaw Ghetto. And then Babu Frick is like, he speaks like in a weird fucking voice, and he like translates the Sith, and who cares about this?
I do. I've seen this movie more than once.
More than once?
Yes. I don't remember literally a single detail of what you're describing. I remember...
Caleb,
yes?
you know the other scene he's in that you'll probably remember? Okay. It's when they destroy the fucking Neo Death Star at the end of 9, and like someone is just flying in like one of the X-Wings, and then the little puppet pops up and goes, ah! That's Babu Frick.
No, I don't remember that either.
I've tried to the best of my ability to describe this character.
I believe you. I'm having a real like scary moment here, because the thing is, if you said, oh, Babu Frick, you know, like if you said he's the guy in the X-Wing at the end, then if that was all it was, I would go, oh yeah, of course I don't remember that, because that's going to be a 1-2 second clip, you know, so. But you're mentioning like a scene where they go to a planet to get C-3PO's brain unsith coded. I don't remember C-3PO having Sith code in his brain. I don't remember Sith code being a thing. I don't remember a Nazi planet with a curfew. I don't remember any of the things you're talking about. So that's why I'm like, wait, what is this chunk of the movie that is just ejected from my memory?
Yes, I fully believe here that you have just like blocked something out, like you got molested as a kid. That's the same type of trauma you experience watching episode 9, where you're just like, I don't know Babu Frick.
You know, I don't remember the cause and effect of anything in that movie, actually.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, she just kind of like arrives at places. What? Yeah, how does it even start?
It's like Tron.
Yeah. Tron. Okay.
You know what we should do? We should never talk about Tron. We should keep saying we're going to.
I honestly, what is there to say about Tron? It ends exactly how you think it does.
Let's quickly talk about Tron, and then we'll get back to this much more fun conversation about trailers.
Okay, sure. So Tron is basically Evan Peters, the bad boy from like American Horror Story, is the CEO. His mom is Gillian Anderson, and she's like very wasted in this because she's fucking hot as hell. And an actual decent actress.
She looks busted as fuck in this, bro. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, she's not X-Files age anymore, but I still would, for the record, Jillian. She is so wasted, and Evan Peters is his name, is basically just like, oh, I'm the evil CEO. I made a fucking like AI that basically acts as like your firewall protection, who's just like attacking viruses. But I made it so that he can come into the real world for 29 minutes. And he has like all these like military commanders in his base. And he has like American military. He has like a guy in a turban. He has like a black guy in a fucking like bomber jacket and like glasses.
Gary Vaynerchuk is one of them.
Oh, really?
I'll get back to that.
Okay. But it's really funny. It's basically the equivalent of just like, I'm the evil guy. I'm selling to the highest bidder. And then, I mean, Jared Leto is this AI. He's the head of the AI. And then eventually he gains like, he wants to become a human because he feels, what does he do? He feels like rain or something.
It's insanely repetitive. The first probably like 40, the general thrust of the movie doesn't really get going until about halfway through.
Yeah.
And then it's almost over about 3/4 of the way through. And then the last quarter of the movie is one long, just waiting for an inevitable, yeah, please, we understand he's going to kung fu fight the fucking black bitch at the end. Just get to that already. You know,
yes.
The first like hour probably, this is a 2-hour movie, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. The first like hour or so is this insanely repetitive series of events where you have the Jared Leto AI who Evan Peters like laser thing can 3D print him in the real world, but he can only live for 29 minutes. before he degrades and falls apart. And when he comes to the real world, he retains his memory. When he dies, he can still remember everything he experienced when he was there. And he saw rain. And then there's like other stuff. When he sees humans' faces, he can like scan. It does like predator vision, but he's like scanning, and it's like, they are demonstrating empathy or whatever. He's like reading people, and he's kind of realizing he likes people, and then he doesn't like the bad guy, Evan Peters, because he's just using him. But that happens, and then it happens again and again. He comes to Earth, dies, and is reborn like 4 times before he makes the decision to turn against the bad guy. It's insane. You could have done that once and just dragged it out a little bit longer of like, he's having a good time, and then the good time's coming to an end. And he, without trying to lead a revolution, just kind of like breaks the rules a little bit, but then he has to commit. But no, it's just like this over and over to the point where I'm like, why does it say starring Jared Leto? He's barely in this. Then he becomes the lead.
Yes.
Kinda.
It's weird because at a certain point when he decides to become good, he reads Greta Lee, who I'll just call the good CEO, and Evan Peters as the bad CEO, because it's honestly what they are. They really have no character beyond, I want to do good things with my money, and I want to do evil things with my money.
They have competing...
Yes.
OpenAI versus Google.
Yes.
Out of something kind of.
So the evil CEO sends Jared Leto and Black Lady to chase down good CEO. And then Jared Leto is like about to expire in like 10 seconds. And then good CEO kind of looks at him and is just like, oh my God, it's like, what's happening to you? It's like, I'm sorry, you're like an AI or something. And he reads it as like genuine empathy. And he's like, whoa, people actually, can treat me well. The bad CEO's men... my jaw dropped when I saw this. Use a fucking like laser gun and absorb her like essence out of the real world.
We both looked at each other like, wait.
She gets put in the fucking Tron world. So I'm just like, okay, so is she an AI now because he absorbed all of her like cells and everything? It's like, okay, what are we saying here? What are we saying that you can just absorb somebody with a laser gun and make them in a computer?
That is one of the funniest reveals when you realize what that gun was. Yeah. So at the beginning of the movie, actually, well, not at the beginning, but like at the beginning of the good CEO's storyline, she's in the Arctic doing this research. She's opening up floppy disks.
Yes.
And this is a thing in both of these Tron sequels where you have a bunch of old 80s machines with plastic with like drop sheets over them. But anyway, she's trying to find the permanence code or whatever, or it's a double helix graphic, which is code for, hey, this is a piece of data that when you plug it into your code, it means that your AI generated laser printed 3D model can live longer than 29 minutes.
Yeah.
Which Jeff Bridges' character somehow invented before he disappeared in the 80s.
Yeah.
Before any of this technology would have existed. So forget that even. You're not even meant to, that's meant to just go right over your Chinese head, just like Rise of Skywalker. And then you just keep watching and eating popcorn. When you meet her, good CEO, she discovers the helix immediately and she's like, oh my God, we have a success, whatever. She goes back to New York or wherever she's from. She's like, we need to lay low. Jared Leto, Tron man, is there to chase her, chases her down. And what I thought was going to happen is, because Jared Leto's in the real world, is that a sizable chunk of this movie is going to be in what is supposed to be like real time for 29 minutes, but it's going to be probably an hour of this chase. And then they link up and they somehow form and it's going to be like some shitty action movie because I'm not expecting it to be good because it's already been insane up to this point. But no, there's this secret gun on Evan Peters' desk and he turns to his guy and he goes, the AI is like going to fail. Go to plan B. And then you see this black guy, like henchman guy, grab this giant, like Spartan laser gun off the desk. You forget about all of that. The chase goes on forever. The chase ends. Jared Leto's like breaking down and dying. And then a helicopter just appears behind her. She's been cornered and she has this like what looks like a vape pen of data. She cracks it in half, which that broke my brain. Like it's like a thick metal like hard drive. She just with her like little like Asian woman fingers just snaps it in half, tosses it in the water. Spartan laser dude then Spartan lasers her into Tron with a gun. And it's like, why didn't you start with that?
Yeah, you should have gone to her house and done that.
Why didn't you start the movie that way? It's like, what happens is like, okay, number one, so this technology exists. Yes. Number two, like, your first plan was to make a 3D printed AI Jared Leto to chase her down to bring her back to your evil lair so you can just plug her into the machine anyway. Give Jared Leto the gun. He could have been on the motorcycle, just shot her immediately with it.
Yeah, the entire reason they want her or suck her into Tron is really funny too, because first of all, they want the data on that flash drive that she just breaks in half, which makes sense. They put her into Tron and they're just like, okay, what we're going to do now is we're basically going to like scan you, but it will like destroy you in there. So we'll just kill her. But the reason why they're going to do that is she's like, well, I don't have the fucking data on me anymore because I fucking threw it in the ocean. And they're like, well, your eyes saw it and your eyes, like your brain waves our data. So we have it now. It's the most like roundabout, just like, we need a problem here thing. Where it's like, that's not how data works. You don't have a photographic memory like most people don't, where you just recognize the code to make people invincible. That's not how it works.
Your eyeballs have seen it once, so it's in there somewhere.
Yes,
they're talking about our brains like our brains have like computer-esque metadata.
Yeah.
Where it's like anything you've accessed is actually on that solid state drive with it. Like, no, humans actually forget almost every single thing they see and hear.
Yes, I forgot the fucking movie I just watched. I don't remember a lot of it.
This is a real number. Humans retain about 7% of the things they experience.
Wow.
And by the way, and that's not cumulative 7%. That's 7% at this time. So, every time you actually learn something new or see something and it takes up some kind of space, like you do have to make space. Like those neural pathways have to be reworked, rewired to like remember and now use new information. But in the movie, it's like, oh, you saw like a picture of a double helix with like, and by the way, this is a computer screen showing a graphic, like a PNG of a model. It's not like she saw the code.
Yeah.
She saw a picture. But it's like, oh, you've seen a double helix? Well, then that means all the little zoom in, like if we could zoom in on the pixels and see the millions of bits of data.
The ATCG.
Yeah, it's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's so nothing. It's like, it literally, I don't know how this got past, like, any quality control. They're just like, it's fine, whatever. It's Disney, it's Tron, it's gonna sell in China somehow.
The quality controls run out of Beijing, dude.
They looked at it and said, oh, okay.
Past their department. Yeah,
I understand double helix. I mean, honestly, the middle part of this movie is just really like copy and paste, where it's like, Jared Leto's like, okay, I'm gonna work with you. I'm getting you out of Tron. And they get out of Tron and end up in the real world somehow. Immediately. They
go to Tron, and he's like, I gotta basically to kill you. I gotta delete you. I gotta extract that information and delete you.
Yeah.
Then he's like, I'm gonna break you out. They break out. They escape Tron and come back to the real world within 5 minutes.
Yes.
Because you think, oh, we're in Tron land. This is what the rest of the movie is going to be. We have to get out of Tron land, which is what Tron 2, Tron Legacy is, where he accidentally goes into Tron at the beginning, and the whole movie is him trying to figure out how to get to that light thing to get out. Jared Leto's like, I'm really good at driving this boat. We're going to go right into this light and just immediately get out of Tron. They're then in the real world, and he's like, I have 29 minutes because he's now been reprinted again. They keep by the way, they have one respawn point, which is Evan Peters' evil lair with like these like lasers that print things. But anyway, they respawn in the real world. Jared Leto's like, I now have 29 minutes because I'm reborn again. We need to go get somewhere where I can go into a different Tron to get the double helix code from Jeff Bridges, because the only way to get the double helix code is either put her in Tron and kill her, which he doesn't want to do because he likes her now, or find the original Tron. And her open AI company has a floor with an old Tron machine with like a telescope laser.
Yes, this scene was so fucking stupid because I assume Jeff Bridges worked for the good company that she works for.
Yeah, he started the NCOM or whatever.
Interesting. They have like a room that is basically just kind of like a tourist attraction. It's like, this was Jeff Bridges' room. This is where he did all the thing. She sits down there and the computer is plugged in and actually is just functional and working, which seems like a huge security flaw. To just have like all the data that like, your company is famous for just sitting there. You think it would be just like a museum piece. Yeah. She goes in and Jared Leto's like, all right, cool. I'm going to go into Tron on this like MS-DOS thing. Then at this point, Black Lady, what's her name? It's fucking, she has a...
Athena.
Athena, yeah. They have like Greek names. she like turns into a fucking X-wing and flies into the building.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I forgot about this. So Jared Leto, yeah, he has this black woman, like this like Wakanda woman with bleached hair, his sidekick, Athena. She is hysterical in this movie. So there are multiple times. The first time we see her chasing, she crashes the motorcycle, and it's in one of those circular parking garage things like the beginning of The Dark Knight. And she falls at the bottom, and then it's this like hilarious shot where like she peeks over the edge, and then you just see her just running, and it's like Terminator 2. Like the Robert Patrick, like weird robotic, no pun intended.
I was thinking in my brain, she was sprinting like the people in Get Out. Like when that gardener is running at him, she's just sprinting up with like her arms going.
That really bizarre, weird run. Then when she's chasing them, so she catches up on foot in like did you notice that? So her motorcycle crashed. She was chasing on foot. Kim Lee?
She's a very Korean name.
Chun-Li gets on the Tron motorcycle. She's escaping Jared Leto. They drive for a long time at a crazy high speed. There's like there's like a God's eye view shot that looks like fucking Looney Tunes with the Roadrunner.
Yes.
Where they're like going and like missing each other through streets. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But then they crash, and then Wakanda lady Athena, she is like at the place they're at. It was just like The Predator. When Olivia Munn runs 75 miles in 1 minute to catch up to the crashed ship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
They're on a long car chase, and then she's just there, and it's like, okay, second hilarious comical thing. Third, they're at this place. She's in like an X-wing thing. She can fly super fast. It has lasers, we find out later. She doesn't use any of this. She just parks outside the window, just stares at them. And Jared Leto's like, I know what I have to do. And there's like the super slow motion dramatic thing where he's like gonna run and go like sacrifice. He's gonna die because he has like 5 seconds on the clock before he dies. And then he ends up missing and getting lasered into Tron. Then she attacks, and then the sprinklers go off, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's rain!
Why is there water here? We do not have water where I'm from.
What are you doing here?
Why is there water?" Yeah.
She becomes distracted by rain, and the Chinese lady's like running underneath the like Tron machines. And like any normal person would just duck underneath and then shoot her, but the black lady's like ripping them like off and like throwing them across the room because we need a contrived thing to stretch this out. When the black lady dies, she then just respawns and just keeps respawning.
Yeah, and Evan Peters like, why didn't you fucking kill her? And she's like, I forgot. I'm gonna do it again though.
And there's multiple times in this movie where there's a line of dialogue that doesn't need to be repeated because you remember exactly what the thing is. Where when the black lady then kills X-Files, Evan Peters is like, wow, why'd you do that? And she's like, because I'm the fly Malcolm X by any means necessary. And it's like, we already know that moment is coming of the any means necessary thing. You don't have to say it again and have the slow push in with the camera. Yeah. Same thing with the can I trust you? You know, well, I'd like to say yes, but you don't think you can, like finishing each other's sentences. Like this happened 5 minutes ago. We didn't forget about it long enough to call that back like it's clever.
Yes, everything is repeated ad nauseum to the point where it's just like, did they just run out of stuff to like even cover? Because I feel like this movie is pretty bare bones, honestly. I mean, most of the stuff, like I said, every act is really just the same thing repeated for like 30 or 40 minutes. Yeah. There's very rarely anything new that happens where you're just like, okay.
Yeah. The first hour is like Chinese science in the Arctic, and then like Evan Peters making AI. Then there's like 5 minutes in Tron World. Then there's like 20 minutes of car chase to the office building. Then Leto goes into Tron to meet Tron.
Into
Jeff
80s
Bridges.
Tron to get permanent Tronanance.
And then so I've played the Tron game and it looks exactly like that. And the movie, did too, the cars. When it did that and then like the music swelled, I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Who's supposed to be like cheering at the old Tron?
Tron.
Talks to Jeff Bridges, who's like half asleep. And you're just like, please, Jeff Bridges, just give him what he needs to come back to Earth so he can karate chop the Wakanda bitch so we can go home.
Yes. I love when eventually Jeff Bridges is just like, you gotta go to the real world now. That's cool. I love that Wakanda lady is flying in a giant N. Did you notice that? I was chuckling so hard to myself. I'm like, they knew what they were doing.
I thought you were laughing about just the scale of it, because that thing is also, that's in the Tron game, and it's like this big, it's like a magnet looking thing that just kind of floats over you, and if it gets over you, it like picks you up or something. I don't know. You lose.
Yeah.
And she's flying it, but it's like this enormous fucking like warship, and she's slowly flying it. By the way, her 29 minutes were up before she ever got to the city.
Oh, yeah.
It's moving at like 1 mile per hour.
It's just loitering in the air. Fuck.
The Loiterer. That's the name of the ship. Yeah, when she's piloting it. And then, anyway, when Jared Leto is coming back from Tron World, she's there and she's like blowing shit up. She's launching like mini Tron people everywhere that are flying at breakneck pace, knocking F1 jets out of the sky.
Yeah, they're cutting them in half. Yeah.
But then when Jared Leto comes back and she sees him and can see that he's mortal now because he got the double helix code.
Yeah.
What she does not do is have these X-Wing people just fly through him at 1,000,000 miles an hour and just cut him in half immediately. She has them land and then pull out some like General Grievous guards-esque like giant batons to immediately lose a fist fight with him because he's like been trained. They fight. He beats her. There's like a Phantom Menace ending where Hassan Minaj like hits a button on a computer and then everything just turns off because he's like the master Indian coder.
He somehow is just like, he's like, I'm going to hack into it. And then like after 10 minutes, he's like, I hacked into it. And they're like, oh man, this is so cool.
It's that thing in movies where someone is a hacker. So they sit at a laptop and you're watching a computer screen with like action scenes going on, but they're just sitting there going.
And like random code on the top. That's like, what does this even mean? Yeah.
Nonsense.
Terrible. Yeah, so he wins the fight, and then they realize, we don't have a Tron to go back to, so once we die, it's done. Mm-hmm. And he's like, cool. And then he's sitting there with Greta Lee, and they're just... I mean, honestly, at this point, the one thing that kind of was a little bit of a subversion, I thought there was going to be like a romantic thing at some point where she's just like, I've fallen for you, I want your Tron dick now or something. Mm-hmm. But honestly, he just kind of like fucks off to like Italy.
Yeah.
And it was so bizarre. Like, she's like, okay, I'm going to go, like, make my company good. Because what she ends up doing is like, well, with this Tron stuff where it doesn't like disappear, we can just make like food for everyone. Mm. So she's like, I'm just going to like, end world hunger. Jared Leto is chilling in like a cafe in like Italy, just like having an espresso and just like gets on his like cool bike and like drives away at the end.
And he's circling. It's implied that he's trying to find Garrett Hedlund and the girl from Tron. That, by the way, Jared Leto's character in this movie, the girl in that photo, who is a famous actress. I forget her name though. It doesn't matter. But she, in the second movie, Tron Legacy, it's the exact same thing of she's in Tron and she wants to be real. She comes to Earth and then realizes that it's a one go around on Earth. It's the exact same thing. Oh, really? Yes. It's just the same movie, but with AI and like Wakanda.
I didn't know that. So they really copy and pasted this movie, literally.
A lot of it.
Oh my God. I didn't know that. Because like I said, this is my first Tron experience. I don't want to see another one.
But they said instead of Daft Punk, it'll be 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Instead of Garrett Hedlund, it'll be Jared Leto. Their names sound alike, dude.
Garrett
Lego.
Yeah. Garrett Lego is in this movie.
Can we talk about Jared Leto's acting in this? So he was going method, by the way, for this movie.
Tron Ares.
That's the big story. So Jared Leto is one of these wonderful actors who doesn't understand what method acting is. He thinks it means that you have to pretend you're your character even when you're alone and demand to be called their name and just be an asshole. Apparently, he demanded everyone call him Ares, including the director. The one actor who refused to do it, Jeff Bridges.
Dude, Jeff Bridges, you're bait. You should have killed him. You should have gone a step further.
No, nothing else to say. Just Jeff Bridges, you should have killed him.
I mean, what else can you say? Yeah, I don't know why you would have to go method for this, because when you think of like all the other performances that people did method acting for, like, There Will Be Blood. Okay, well, his character is definitely like one of the best parts of the movie. It's like, I understand that you want to stay in the mindset on set. But I don't think he was just like sitting at home like, I'm an oil man. Time to sit down and watch TV as Daniel Plainview, the oil man.
We talked about this the last time we sat down. which was like that method acting, people misunderstand it. The point of it is that if you're staying in character, you're not quote unquote staying in character, but you're keeping, like, if you're adopting a voice, you're keeping that voice so that you don't have to worry about losing it. Yeah. So you stay, or if you have physical mannerisms, you try to just keep doing it. You try to keep the physical changes you've made. Jared Leto thinks that method acting means that you have to be called your character's name because he heard that probably somewhere. But the thing that boggles my mind about this is that Jared Leto, he does this on everything now. He's always method acting. You'd think after the embarrassment of Morbius and House of Gucci and that fucking Japanese Yakuza Netflix thing, you'd think that after this many failures in a row, he'd be like, I'm just going to be normal. This is basically his Blade Runner. He was actually in Blade Runner 2049.
He was fine in it, too.
I was about to say this is his 2049. Really, he was in that also, and he was fine in that. But this is not a thing you have to do method acting for. His character, this is like Chris Stuckman level of like, I am just not going to act.
He's doing just a normal performance.
He's blank.
Yeah.
And it's not robotic. It's just like he just speaks with no affectation, doesn't emote at all. He just says his lines, looks kind of bored. Sometimes his eyebrows go down slightly, which is his I'm thinking or working face. And sometimes they're kind of just a little higher than normal, which is his like, I'm open to things face. That's it. There's no reason to do method act. I mean, with other stuff he's done, there's no good reason. I can't even imagine what he thought the point of method acting was for this, other than just that maybe like rumors will swell about method acting and he thinks that's like, oh, well, there's no such thing as bad press or something. Jared, you need to stop doing this. You can't keep doing this, Jared.
You're not a good actor.
You're not good, Jared. You're terrible. Props to Jeff Bridges for apparently he's like, I'm not going to call you Ares.
Yeah.
And then Jared Leto he has to pretend that it's his cosign. So he was then like, well, actually it makes sense because your character invented the world. So I would be deferent to you. So I can allow you to not call me Ares. And it's like, you're just saying that because he said he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because Jeff Bridges, threatened to beat the shit out of you.
Because he.
Damn. And I mean, we don't really have anything else to say about Tron. I mean, it really is just a very forgettable, nothing Chinese movie.
Probably made more out of it than it is because we're talking about all the stuff that's like the most unbelievable or the most just weird. Yeah. Oh, Gary Vaynerchuk. I can't forget Gary Vaynerchuk. So the stupid white guy in the movie looked exactly like Gary V. And I was like, is that Gary V? And then I was like, oh, it's not Gary V. But then during the like weapons test thing, Gary V's in the fucking movie. And I was like, wait, what? Excuse me? And then I was like, well, that has to be his son at the beginning. Because that's such a weird thing that there's two Gary Vaynerchuks in this. They're not related. I looked it up.
Are you talking about Greta Lee's like weird sidekick, the Mexican guy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Arturo something. It's very funny because this is a guy who had a show on Comedy Central called Alternatino, which I do like. I've seen episodes of that show and it is funny. And I think he can be a funny guy in that. I don't know why he's playing like the dumbest person ever here. He plays the worst comic relief I've seen in maybe a decade.
It's Joss Whedon. The whole thing, it's the way Marvel's changed everything. He's a complete Joss Whedon character.
Yes.
Where like during the world is ending, but someone's, the lead, she's talking. She's like, we need to go and blow up this ship before, kill everybody. And then he's standing there and he's like, yeah, a really scary lady knocked me over. It was not cool. And then everyone looks at him. He's like, sorry. That kind of crap. Like, it's not funny. Joss Whedon. Also, Jeff Bridges, you have two targets, Jared Leto and Joss Whedon.
Gary VD. I guess a good question for you, Caleb.
Yeah.
Does this reach the level of Disease movie?
No, it's just Chinese.
So this is a COVID movie. So you'll get COVID from watching this. You won't get anything else.
This movie blatantly stole also a line from Django. Did you notice that?
Which one?
When he says, I'm curious, and then he replies, I'm curious what makes you so curious. It's word for word, bar for bar, as Tarantino would say when he code switches. It was bar for bar.
Bar for bar, my film.
Do you think the Evan Peters company, it should have been called like Palintron?
Palintron? Yeah.
His name is Dillinger, by the way.
Yeah.
Should have been Dillingsberg. You know what I mean?
Should have been
Shlomo Dillingsberg.
Hi, everybody. My name's Shlomo Dillenberg. I can make a guy for 29 minutes. I can make a golem for 29 minutes. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn. I see what you were doing, whoever made Tron.
Do you think they named Jared Leto's character Ares because it's like a war on the audience?
Yeah, he's committing a war crime by making you watch his performance.
Kind of.
Dang.
Yeah. Anyway, we then saw the trailer for The Predator, Predator versus Elle Fanning or something.
Okay. It's so bizarre that this movie exists because the guy who directed this movie directed the second best Predator movie, which isn't really an accolade. He did Prey. Because Predator 2 and Predators are fucking dog shit. The Predator is literally a disease. So it's
Dan
not that...
Trachtenberg?
What'd you say his name was? Dan
Trachtenberg?
Yeah. That is him. And he's doing Predator Badlands now. And it's very weird because they're just like, oh, you're on the evil planet now.
I wrote that, Nick, you're literally saying word for word, bar for bar. You are taking my notes. I just wrote down Predator Planet is the evil planet. They're like, it's, you remember that movie, that M. Night Shyamalan movie, After Earth, where it's like everything on this planet has evolved to kill humans. And it's like, well, if there's no humans there, how have they evolved to kill humans?
Yeah.
This thing, it's like everything here is designed to kill you. And it's like, well, then wouldn't everything be killing each other?
Yeah, wouldn't everything die? Everything in any, like, you know, biome, you can't just have only predators.
Yeah.
That's not how the world works. You have to have some prey in the cycle. If everyone's a predator, it's like you're just going to have the Hunger Games.
And you're not talking about the alien predators. You're talking about the term predator.
Yes, there are random, like, flying dragons in this planet and just random stuff that you haven't seen in the Predator universe before.
Every plant has spikes that shoot out into your neck and kill you.
Yeah, how does anything get born here? Everything is killing each other. It's not how it works. You know what's actually, you know, I probably just predicted the twist, that there's like some kind of like elder being that is like, this is his playground where he's placing everything here. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be just like Predators, where everything is placed here deliberately to kill each other.
And that's also AVP 2.
Oh, fuck off. Yes,
not AVP 2, AVP TOO.
The Paul W.S.
Which is, yes, the great Paul W.S. Paul Wes Anderson directed AVP. It's that is, you might be right because that is the Predator lore. Yeah, maybe that is going to be the twist. I did love that they speak Predatorese in it, and it's clearly just an African dude.
It's just like ganga booga biga.
It was, dude, it was literally like a deep voiced like African man just going like a booga baga biga baga booga biga.
It is funny because I'm pretty sure like every single person who has played the Predator is like a 7 foot tall like Kenyan guy.
Yeah.
Like historically. Yeah. So they're just like, just speak Kenyan and we'll put subtitles on it and say it's Predator.
Just say your bullshit. Just speak your bullshit language. Yeah, that trailer looked like shit. The CGI looked awful. The Predator looked awful. When he like roared in the trailer, when his things came out and his mouth opened and you saw his vagina mouth, it looked like that movie Monster Trucks.
What the fuck are you doing bring up Monster Trucks? Oh my God. I know what you're talking about.
Where you're like, wait, is this like cheap hentai porn or is this a major motion picture?
Damn. Yeah. Oh man, that's a deep hole.
Yeah.
Monster Trucks. Holy fuck.
You remember that scene in Rise of Skywalker where the tentacle pussy came out of the truck?
Is that the scene with Babu Frick? Fuck.
Babu
Fucks. That's the new porn parody.
FUX.
Yeah, Babu
This ain't Rise of Skywalker.
This ain't right.
You're the one man who wants to make a Rise of Skywalker porn parody.
Babu Frick, who in the movie is like 1 foot tall, has like a 9-inch dick. He's just fucking Ray. He's like, and she's like, if this is how I decode the Sith, you can fuck my booty.
1 foot tall with a 9-inch dick. It's just an L-shaped man.
Yeah, he looks like a wheelbarrow, yeah.
Oh, that Predator. Dude, it drove me insane in the Predator trailer when they show for 1 second a fucking yellow, like, lifting things robot exoskeleton bot fighting alien. And it's like,
no.
So because at the end of a movie where a woman grabbed a piece of machinery to try to fight one monster, that means it's just common in this universe that if you need to fight a big alien, you go and you find some kind of yellow exoskeleton moving things robot thing.
Yes. God damn. There's no unique idea in the Predator or Alien universe. I mean, it's one and the same because they're, but there's nothing unique anymore. Like, just do your own thing, be yourself. I mean, every movie is just like, oh, remember the time there were androids? Remember she used the skid loader? There's nothing new. I mean, as easy as it is to say, just do something unique. I mean, definitely studios would be like, you have to do a callback to Ripley. You have to do a callback to Newt.
Prey.
Yeah.
Prey was unique.
Prey was unique. The only thing in Prey that's really a callback is they show in Predator 2 when Danny Glover is like in the Predator ship at the end, they show him like a flintlock that says like whatever.
That's right. You told me about this.
And then in Prey, they respect her because she's like an actual warrior too. They're like, all right, you know, put their fist on their chest and like, respect, man.
Yeah.
And they show her the flintlock and she's like, what the fuck is this? And then they're just like, okay, more predators are coming to kill you guys. And that's like the one thing where it's like, okay, you did your own thing, and Prey does have problems, but I respect it for just being like, they're speaking Comanche, they're doing their own shit. It's fine. Prey is fine.
To me, Prey is like garbage. Not in terms of quality, just in terms of like, yeah, who cares?
It's Drek. I would understand somebody saying that.
And to me, all of the Predator movies, even the original Predator, it's just like, I could go the rest of my life and never see a single fucking Predator or Alien in the originals or new movies ever again. And my life would be no different. I could not give a fuck. But the Shane Black Predator, when there was just rumblings of there's going to be a Predator movie, it's like, hey, I don't give a fuck about the Predator, but I would happily pay some money to watch a good Predator movie in a movie theater and eat some popcorn in the dark with a bunch of strangers. That's a neat experience. You know, the thing that everyone's always jerking off all the time about the movie going experience. It is kind of nice when you see something, even if it's not going to be life changing. I just want something that's not going to make me hate my life and want to cut my Chinese wrists. And that's what all of these trailers. We didn't really talk about the Bruce Springsteen one, but what is there to say?
There's nothing.
Every other biopic.
Yes, it looks completely like just average. Yeah, I have literally nothing to say about it.
Every single trailer made me like sink lower in my seat. I was just like, wow. Not to just repeat everything we said after watching The Naked Gun and talking about those trailers and but it's just like, it's not hyperbole. It's just like, it feels like there's this force in the universe that's trying to put me on a different path. Because you know how we all have main character syndrome?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost bad enough to make me think that like the God is trying to like turn me into Noah. And he's like, you need to stop caring about entertainment. You need to be black-pilled on this shit so you can go build your ark.
You need to go enter HVAC, Caleb. You need to learn a trade. You need to like start lifting weights.
Yeah.
You need to get your life back on track. You cannot be watching Tron Ares on a Thursday night.
Dude, I have a toxic relationship with this podcast. I have an abusive relationship with this podcast. That's making me just hate everything. Everything we watch just hurts us.
We need to be more here's the thing. We're trying to be positive and like find good shit, but honestly, with director roulette and with like new movies that come out, and when we get free movie tickets, there's literally nothing good. Literally nothing good. Oh man.
Do you remember the name of the director of Tron Ares?
It was a name that seemed fucked up. Did he have like a weird like Norwegian O with a slash?
He did. Good memory. Yes. Walkum Runnem, director of Tron Ares.
Dwight Yoakam, you said? What's his name? Yeah.
Walkum Runnem.
Okay.
He directed Tron Ares. His other credits here are Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Oh.
Not even OG Maleficent.
Oh.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, the fifth one.
Oh.
Which is one of the crowning disease movies of the 2010s to me.
Whoa.
Marco Polo series on Netflix.
Okay.
And Max Manus, Man of War. I don't know what that is.
I had a stroke. Wait, Max Manus? What?
Max Manus, Man of War.
Okay. Walkum Runnem is his name, you said? What the fuck? Okay. I mean, honestly, who else is going to direct Tron Ares? I mean, somebody has to do it. A movie has to have a director. You can't really Alan Smithy anything anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't keep secrets that well.
Yeah.
Unless you can only keep secrets if everyone who is privy to the secret are all really loyal to each other, but no one else for some weird reason that no one can talk about.
Yeah, you need a cabal of people who realize that movies are bad sometimes, and you need to control the narrative.
What do you think the sequel's going to be called? Palantron?
Tron... it's going to be called Tron Pizzagate, and they go into the servers of Comet Ping Pong Pizza, and they find Frazzle Drip, and they find all the videos of Hillary Clinton killing children.
Oh my god.
I would watch that movie. Fuck it. You know, I'll make that myself. I feel like they won't sue me if I use the Tron IP at this point because Disney's obviously not going to do anything with it.
We do our own Anaconda remake, but it's the unauthorized Tron Pizza game.
We go through all of WikiLeaks. Yeah.
That's really good.
Damn. And, you know, honestly, that's a better movie than any of the Tron movies could possibly be.
No, it'd be because this is Tron Ares, it'd be Tron Frazzle.
Tron Frazzle. Yeah. Real ones will get that reference.
That's very good. Holy shit.
I think I need to drink more absinthe after talking about this even more. My brain's starting to hurt. I'm going to take some ibuprofen, some absinthe, and I'm going to go to sleep and not wake up. So if you want to join us in our Jim Jones suicide cult for Tron Ares, on Instagram, we are Your Older Brothers Podcast, as well as TikTok. On X, we are You Are Older Brothers. If you want to email us about Tron and all your thoughts on it, yourolderbrothers@gmail.com.
It's Tron in time.